Hello friends, and welcome back to EchoMind English. I'm Sammy, your host for today. Have you ever tried to speak English with someone, and suddenly your mind goes blank? You know simple vocabulary, you understand basic grammar, but when it is time to speak, the exact phrase you need just disappears. You stand there thinking, what do I say now? How do I sound natural? How do I keep the conversation going? If this has happened to you, do not worry. You are not alone. Millions of English learners around the world face this same challenge every day. And here is the truth. It is not because your English is bad. It is because you do not yet have the right phrases ready in your brain. The phrases that native speakers use naturally without thinking. In this video from EchoMind English, we are going to change that together. Today you will learn some of the most important, most real, and most useful English phrases that people use in everyday conversations. These are not textbook phrases that sound unnatural. These are not complicated expressions that you will forget tomorrow. These are simple, real, powerful phrases that native speakers use constantly. And here is the best part. You will start using them immediately. From today, you will begin sounding more confident, more fluent, and more natural in every conversation. Whether you speak with friends, co-workers, classmates, or travelers, these phrases will help you connect, respond quickly, and keep conversations flowing smoothly. Before we begin, I want you to do something very simple. As you listen, repeat every phrase out loud. Do not just listen silently. Do not just think about the phrases. Speak them. Let your brain and mouth work together. This is how real fluency is built. It is how your speaking becomes automatic. So repeat with me whenever I ask you to. Let's start with a powerful idea. Real fluency does not come from learning long sentences. It comes from mastering short, flexible phrases that you can use in many different situations. Every native speaker uses these phrases all the time. Without them, conversations feel slow and difficult. With them, conversations feel fast and natural. You are about to learn the first set of essential phrases. But before we jump in, imagine this situation. You meet someone new. You want to talk. You want to connect. But you do not want to sound robotic or unnatural. What do you say? How do you start? How do you sound friendly, confident, and natural? These first phrases will help you begin conversations smoothly every single time. Phrase 1. Hey, how's it going? This phrase is friendlier than how are you? It is more natural and very common in everyday conversations. Repeat after me. Hey, how's it going? Notice that the sound is smooth. The words connect. You can use it anywhere, anytime, with almost anyone. Phrase 2. What are you up to today? This is a very natural follow-up question. It means, what are your plans today? Or what are you doing today? It sounds friendly and relaxed. Repeat after me. What are you up to today? Phrase 3. That sounds great. You can use this phrase to show interest or agreement. It works in conversations about plans, ideas, activities, or suggestions. Repeat after me. That sounds great. Phrase 4. I totally get you. This means I understand you completely. Native speakers use it to show empathy and connection. Repeat after me. I totally get you. Phrase 5. Let me think for a second. This helps you create a quick pause without feeling awkward in conversation. Instead of staying silent, use this phrase. Repeat. Let me think for a second. Now, imagine you are in a real conversation. Someone asks you a question, and you need a moment to think. If you stay silent, you may feel pressure. But if you say, "Let me think for a second," you control the moment. You sound confident. You sound natural. This is how phrases help your fluency. Next, we move to phrases that help you react naturally. When you speak English, reacting quickly and smoothly is one of the biggest differences between beginners and fluent speakers. The next phrases will help you do exactly that. Phrase 6. Oh really? This simple phrase keeps conversations alive. You can use it to show interest, curiosity, or surprise. Repeat after me. Oh really? Phrase 7. No way. This expresses surprise or disbelief. It sounds very natural and friendly. Repeat. No way. Phrase 8. That makes sense. This phrase shows understanding and agreement. It is extremely common in native conversations. Repeat. That makes sense. Phrase 9. I'm not sure about that. This is a polite, natural way to disagree or express doubt. Repeat. I'm not sure about that. Phrase 10. Exactly. This is one of the most powerful short words in English conversations. It means, yes, that's right. Repeat. Exactly. Now let's imagine using these in a short natural exchange. A friend says, I think we should go early to avoid traffic. You say, oh really, that makes sense. Exactly. Or they say, this restaurant is always crowded on weekends. You say, no way really. These reactions help you sound involved, connected, and natural. They show that you are part of the conversation, not just listening silently. In this video, you will learn 125 phrases like these. Phrases for starting conversations, keeping them flowing, reacting naturally, expressing opinions, asking questions, understanding others, and sounding confident every day. And remember, do not just listen. Use your voice. Repeat the phrases with me. Speak them out loud. This is your English practice today, and it will transform your fluency if you stay with me until the end. Now we are ready to continue. In the next part, we will learn essential phrases for everyday small talk, the phrases native speakers use constantly to connect quickly and comfortably. These will help you start conversations, respond smoothly, and avoid awkward moments. Let's move forward together. Now let's continue building your fluency with more essential phrases that native speakers use in everyday small talk. Small talk is one of the most important skills for real conversations because it helps you feel comfortable, build connection, and start speaking naturally. Many English learners struggle with small talk because they do not know what to say. But once you learn the right phrases, it becomes easy, smooth, and enjoyable. Let's begin with simple phrases you can use when meeting someone, starting a casual conversation, or talking in a relaxed setting. As always, repeat each phrase out loud with me. Use your voice. The more you repeat, the more natural your English will become. Phrase 11. Nice to see you. Native speakers say this all the time. It is friendly, simple, and useful in almost any situation. Repeat after me. Nice to see you. Phrase 12. How have you been? This is a natural way to ask about someone's recent life or feelings. It is more fluent and more conversational than, how are you? Repeat. How have you been? Phrase 13. What's new with you? This phrase helps you continue a conversation and show interest. It is very common and very natural. Repeat. What's new with you? Phrase 14. I've been doing pretty well. This is a strong, natural answer when someone asks how you've been. It sounds smooth and confident. Repeat. I've been doing pretty well. Phrase 15. Nothing much, just the usual. This is one of the most realistic answers native speakers use when nothing special is happening. Repeat, nothing much, just the usual. Now imagine a short dialogue using these phrases. Someone says, "Hey, nice to see you. How have you been?" You say, "I've been doing pretty well. What about you?" They say, "Not much, just the usual." This exchange sounds natural and is extremely common in everyday English. When you use these phrases, conversations feel relaxed instead of stressful. Next, let's look at phrases for reacting politely and keeping conversations friendly. Many learners understand English, but their reactions are too short or too formal. These next phrases will help you sound natural and engaged. Phrase 16. That's interesting. Use this phrase to show polite curiosity or attention. Repeat, that's interesting. Phrase 17. I didn't know that this phrase shows learning, surprise, or attention. Repeat, I didn't know that. Phrase 18. Good to know. This is a short, natural reaction used by native speakers when they receive helpful or useful information. Repeat, good to know. Phrase 19. I see what you mean. This shows deep understanding and connection. Repeat, I see what you mean. Phrase 20. I appreciate that. This phrase expresses gratitude, respect, and positive emotion. Repeat, I appreciate that. Now let's imagine a quick, natural conversation. A colleague says, the meeting was moved to Friday. You say, good to know. Thanks for telling me. Or someone says, this place is usually really busy in the evening. You say, that's interesting. I didn't know that. These reactions help you participate actively in conversations. Remember, conversations are not only about speaking long sentences, they are about using the right short phrases at the right moment. Next, we move to small talk about daily life. These phrases are extremely common, and you can use them everywhere, at work, at school, with neighbors, or with new people you meet. Phrase 21. How's your day going? This is one of the most common small talk questions. It sounds friendly and natural. Repeat, how's your day going? Phrase 22. It's been a busy day. A common response when your day has been full or stressful. Repeat, it's been a busy day. Phrase 23. I've just been taking it easy. This means you are relaxing or not doing anything stressful. Repeat, I've just been taking it easy. Phrase 24. I can't complain. This is a positive, natural, and friendly way to say everything is okay. Repeat, I can't complain. Phrase 25. Same as always. This phrase is simple and very common when nothing new is happening. Repeat, same as always. Now imagine a real interaction using these phrases. A coworker asks, how's your day going? You say, it's been a busy day, but I can't complain. What about you? They say, same as always. Conversations like this happen every day in English-speaking environments. Once you know the right phrases, they become easy and natural. Now let's learn phrases that help you avoid awkward silence. These are the kinds of phrases native speakers use to keep the conversation going smoothly. Phrase 26. By the way, this phrase helps you change the topic smoothly and naturally. Repeat, by the way. Phrase 27. Speaking of that, this helps you continue with a related topic. Repeat, speaking of that. Phrase 28. That reminds me. Use this when something makes you remember another point. Repeat, that reminds me. Phrase 29. I was just thinking. This phrase helps you introduce a new idea smoothly. Repeat, I was just thinking. Phrase 30. You know what this phrase is used before sharing a thought or idea. Repeat, you know what? Here's how native speakers naturally use these phrases. Someone says, I went to a new cafe yesterday. You say, oh really, that reminds me. I've been wanting to try that place near the park. Or someone says, I finally finished that project. You say, speaking of that, I need to start mine soon. See how smooth that feels. These kinds of natural transitions help conversations flow, just like they do between native speakers. Next, we move to small talk about the weather. One of the most universal and easiest topics. English speakers talk about weather all the time, especially when they want to start a simple conversation. Phrase 31. It's such a beautiful day. This is perfect for sunny or pleasant weather. Repeat. It's such a beautiful day. Phrase 32. It's really hot today. Repeat after me. It's really hot today. Phrase 33. It's freezing outside. You can use this on cold days. Repeat. It's freezing outside. Phrase 34. The weather's been crazy lately. This is a natural comment when the weather changes often. Repeat. The weather's been crazy lately. Phrase 35. I hope it clears up soon. Use this when you want bad weather to improve. Repeat. I hope it clears up soon. Small talk about weather is simple, but extremely useful. It creates connection instantly and works with anyone, anywhere. Now let's imagine a short weather conversation. You say, it's really hot today. They say, I know. The weather's been crazy lately. You say, I hope it clears up soon. Perfectly natural, simple, and universal. In the next part, we will explore powerful phrases for expressing your opinions clearly and sounding confident when you speak English. These phrases will help you participate in deeper conversations and share your thoughts naturally. Now let's continue with the next group of essential phrases. In this part, we focus on phrases that help you express opinions clearly and confidently. Many English learners struggle to share their ideas because they're unsure what to say or how to sound natural. But once you learn these core phrases, speaking your mind becomes much easier. You will sound more fluent, more confident, and more natural in everyday conversations. Remember to repeat every phrase out loud with me. The more your mouth practices, the faster your fluency grows. Let's begin with simple, friendly phrases for expressing your opinion. Phrase 36. I think that this is one of the most common ways to express an opinion. You can use it in almost any situation. Repeat, I think that. Phrase 37. I feel like this is softer and more emotional than I think. It is very common in spoken English. Repeat, I feel like. Phrase 38. In my opinion, this is polite, clear, and useful when sharing your view. Repeat, in my opinion. Phrase 39. From my point of view, this is a bit longer but sounds natural and thoughtful. Repeat, from my point of view. Phrase 40. I personally believe this phrase shows strong personal belief in a friendly, respectful way. Repeat, I personally believe. Here is how these phrases sound in real conversation. You say, I think that we should try a different restaurant next time. Someone replies, in my opinion, that sounds pretty good. Or you say, I feel like this movie is too long. They say, from my point of view, it was perfect. These simple opinion phrases help you communicate naturally with very little effort. Next, let's learn phrases that help you agree politely and naturally. Agreeing is an important social skill in every language. It helps you build connection quickly and makes conversations smoother and more positive. Phrase 41. I agree with you. This is clear and friendly. Repeat, I agree with you. Phrase 42. You're right. Short, simple, and extremely common. Repeat, you're right. Phrase 43. I think so too. This shows agreement in a soft and natural way. Repeat, I think so too. Phrase 44. That's true. Use this when someone says something accurate or relatable. Repeat, that's true. Phrase 45. Exactly what I was thinking. This phrase shows strong agreement and connection. Repeat, exactly what I was thinking. Imagine this short exchange. A friend says, it's better to start early before traffic gets bad. You say, you're right. I think so too. Or they say, this place has the best coffee in town. You say, that's true. Exactly what I was thinking. These simple phrases make you immediately sound more fluent and connected in conversation. Now let's move to polite disagreement. Many English learners worry about disagreeing because they do not want to sound rude. But native speakers disagree all the time in soft, friendly, polite ways. These next phrases will help you express a different opinion confidently without sounding negative. Phrase 46. I'm not sure about that. This is one of the softest and most polite ways to disagree. Repeat, I'm not sure about that. Phrase 47. I see your point, but this shows you understand before giving your own opinion. Repeat, I see your point, but. Phrase 48. I kind of disagree. This is gentle and respectful. Repeat, I kind of disagree. Phrase 49. I don't really think so. This expresses disagreement without being too strong. Repeat, I don't really think so. Phrase 50. I have a different opinion. Clear, polite, and useful in any conversation. Repeat, I have a different opinion. Here's how these sound in natural conversation. Someone says, I think we should cancel the trip because of the weather. You say, I see your point, but I'm not sure about that. Or someone says, this plan will definitely work. You say, I kinda disagree. I have a different opinion. Using soft disagreement phrases makes you sound thoughtful and mature in English. Next, let's learn phrases for expressing likes and dislikes. These are essential for real conversations about food, hobbies, music, travel, movies, and more. Native speakers share preferences all the time, and these phrases will help you join in naturally. Phrase 51. I really like that simple and natural. Repeat, I really like that. Phrase 52. I'm a big fan of this phrase shows stronger enthusiasm. Repeat, I'm a big fan of. Phrase 53. I enjoy that a lot. This is polite and common. Repeat, I enjoy that a lot. Phrase 54. I'm not really into that. This is a gentle way to say you do not like something. Repeat, I'm not really into that. Phrase 55. That's not my thing. Native speakers use this to express dislike in a relaxed way. Repeat, that's not my thing. Imagine using these in conversation. Someone says, do you like spicy food? You say, I'm a big fan of it. I enjoy that a lot. Or they say, do you want to go hiking? You say, I'm not really into that. It's not my thing. These expressions help you sound honest, friendly, and natural at the same time. Now let's learn phrases that help you give your opinion about plans or ideas. These phrases help you respond quickly when someone suggests something. They are extremely useful in daily life. Phrase 56. That sounds good. Very common and positive. Repeat. That sounds good. Phrase 57. I'm okay with that. This means the plan is acceptable. Repeat. I'm okay with that. Phrase 58. I'm open to that. This is natural and sounds flexible. Repeat. I'm open to that. Phrase 59. I'm not sure if that will work. Use this politely when you doubt a plan. Repeat. I'm not sure if that will work. Phrase 60. Let's give it a try. This means you want to try something even if you are not sure. Repeat. Let's give it a try. Here's how these sound in conversation. A friend says, "Let's meet at 7. You say, "That sounds good. I'm okay with that." Or they say, "Maybe we should take a different route." You say, "I'm open to that. Let's give it a try." These phrases show you are confident and easy to talk to. Now let's learn phrases for asking other people's opinions. These help you build connection, show interest, and create deeper conversations. Phrase 61. What do you think? Simple and extremely common. Repeat. What do you think? Phrase 62. How do you feel about it? Use this to ask for emotional opinions. Repeat. How do you feel about it? Phrase 63. What's your opinion on this? Clear and polite. Repeat. What's your opinion on this? Phrase 64. Do you agree? Short and natural. Repeat. Do you agree? Phrase 65. What would you do? Use this when asking for advice or suggestions. Repeat. What would you do? Now imagine a natural conversation. You say, "I'm not sure if we should change the schedule." What do you think they answer? "I think it's a good idea." Or you say, "I'm having trouble deciding." What would you do? These phrases help you communicate at a deeper level in English. In the next part, we will move into extremely useful phrases for asking questions, understanding others, and clarifying information. These are essential for sounding confident and avoiding confusion in real conversations. Let's continue strengthening your real-life speaking skills. In this part, we will focus on essential phrases for asking questions, clarifying information, and making sure you understand others accurately. These phrases are extremely important because real conversations move fast. People speak quickly, change topics, and expect immediate responses. When you know the right phrases, you can handle these moments easily and confidently. Remember to repeat every phrase out loud with me. Speaking practice is what makes these phrases stick in your memory. Let's begin with phrases that help you ask for clarification. These are useful when you do not understand something or need more information. They sound natural, polite, and very common in everyday English. Phrase 66. Could you say that again? This is one of the most important phrases for learners. It is polite and natural. Repeat. Could you say that again? Phrase 67. What do you mean? This phrase helps you understand the other person's message more clearly. Repeat. What do you mean? Phrase 68. Can you explain that a little more? Use this when you need extra details. Repeat. Can you explain that a little more? Phrase 69. I didn't catch that. This is a natural way to say you didn't hear or understand. Repeat. I didn't catch that. Phrase 70. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. A very common phrase to express confusion politely. Repeat. Sorry, I'm a bit confused. Now imagine these in conversation. Someone says something quickly, and you say, I didn't catch that. Could you say that again? Or someone explains something complicated, and you say, sorry, I'm a bit confused. Can you explain that a little more? These phrases help you stay calm and confident, even when you do not understand everything. Next, let's learn phrases that help you check your understanding. These phrases prevent miscommunication and make you sound thoughtful and responsible in conversation. Phrase 71. So, you're saying that. This helps you repeat someone's idea to confirm you understood. Repeat. So, you're saying that. Phrase 72. Do you mean that? Use this to verify someone's meaning. Repeat. Do you mean that? Phrase 73. If I understand correctly, this is a polite introduction before repeating what you think they mean. Repeat. If I understand correctly. Phrase 74. Just to be sure. Use this before checking details. Repeat. Just to be sure. Phrase 75. Let me make sure I got this right. This is natural and useful for confirming important information. Repeat. Let me make sure I got this right. Imagine a natural conversation. You say, just to be sure, you want me to send the file today, right? They say, yes, exactly. Or you say, if I understand correctly, the meeting is at 4, not 3. They reply, yes, that's correct. These phrases help you communicate clearly and avoid mistakes. Now let's learn phrases for asking for more information. These are important because they help keep the conversation going and help you understand topics more deeply. Phrase 76. Can you tell me more about that? This is a simple way to ask for additional information. Repeat. Can you tell me more about that? Phrase 77. What happened next? Use this in stories or explanations. Repeat. What happened next? Phrase 78. Why is that a great phrase for understanding reasons? Repeat. Why is that? Phrase 79. How does that work? This helps you learn how something functions or operates. Repeat. How does that work? Phrase 80. What do you mean by that? This is used when you want to understand a specific word or idea. Repeat. What do you mean by that? Now imagine a conversation. Someone says, I changed my job recently. You reply, really? Can you tell me more about that? Or someone says, that app is really useful. You ask, how does that work? These phrases help you sound interested, curious, and engaged. Next, we will move to phrases for confirming information. These are extremely useful when you want to make sure everything is correct before acting. Phrase 81. Is that right? Simple and natural. Repeat. Is that right? Phrase 82. Are you sure this phrase checks certainty? Repeat. Are you sure? Phrase 83. So it's tomorrow. Use this to confirm dates. Repeat. So it's tomorrow. Phrase 84. Do I have that correct? Polite and very useful. Repeat. Do I have that correct? Phrase 85. That means. This phrase helps you confirm meaning. Repeat. That means. Here's how native speakers use these phrases. You say, so it's tomorrow, right? They say, yes, tomorrow at 9. Or you say, do I have that correct? We meet at the station. They say, exactly. These small phrases solve big communication problems. Now let's look at phrases that help you slow down the conversation. Native speakers often speak quickly, and these phrases help you manage the pace. Phrase 86. Could you slow down a little? Very useful for fast speakers. Repeat. Could you slow down a little? Phrase 87. One moment. Please use this when you need a pause to think or write something down. Repeat. One moment, please. Phrase 88. Give me a second. Natural and commonly used. Repeat. Give me a second. Phrase 89. Hold on a moment. This phrase is casual and common. Repeat. Hold on a moment. Phrase 90. I'm still thinking. Use this when you need extra time to respond. Repeat. I'm still thinking. Imagine a natural conversation. Someone asks you a question too quickly, and you say, give me a second. I'm still thinking. Or someone explains fast, and you say, could you slow down a little? These phrases help you stay calm, even when situations feel stressful. Now let's learn phrases for showing understanding. These help you respond smoothly when you finally understand what someone said after clarifying. Phrase 91. Got it. Extremely common and natural. Repeat. Got it. Phrase 92. Now I understand. Clear and confident. Repeat. Now I understand. Phrase 93. That clears things up. This means the explanation made everything easier. Repeat. That clears things up. Phrase 94. Thanks for explaining. A polite way to show appreciation. Repeat. Thanks for explaining. Phrase 95. That helps a lot. Simple and useful in any situation. Repeat. That helps a lot. Imagine using these phrases. Someone explains how to do something, and you say, that clears things up. Thanks for explaining. Or someone repeats details for you, and you say, got it. That helps a lot. These phrases show appreciation and confidence. Now let's move to essential phrases for asking permission. These are important for polite everyday communication at work, school, or in daily life. Phrase 96. Is it okay if I repeat? Is it okay if I? Phrase 97. Do you mind if I repeat? Do you mind if I? Phrase 98. Would it be all right if repeat? Would it be all right if? Phrase 99. Can I do that? Repeat. Can I do that? Phrase 100. Would you mind? Repeat. Would you mind? These are extremely useful in daily interactions. You say, is it okay if I open the window? Someone replies, sure, go ahead. Or you say, do you mind if I sit here? They say, not at all. In the next part, we will focus on helpful phrases for giving suggestions, offering help, making requests, and sounding natural when interacting with others. These are key for everyday communication and will bring you even closer to native-like fluency. As we continue, I want you to stay focused on how these phrases can help you build real confidence in conversations. Every phrase is like a small building block. The more you collect and practice, the stronger your English foundation becomes. In this part, I will give you more must-know phrases that you can use every single day. I will guide you through the meaning, the tone, and the best moment to use them, so you can sound natural and confident when speaking with anyone, anywhere. Let's continue exploring these powerful expressions one by one. Phrase 33. I really appreciate it. You use this phrase when someone helps you, supports you, or gives you something valuable. It sounds warm, polite, and sincere. For example, if a coworker explains something to you, you can say, I really appreciate it. This is stronger and more natural than just saying thank you. Phrase 34. That makes sense. This is what you say when you finally understand something. It tells the other person that their explanation was clear. For example, after someone explains how a system works, you can respond with, that makes sense. Phrase 35. I did not expect that. Use this phrase when you are surprised. It can be about good news or something unexpected in a neutral way. For example, when a friend tells you they are moving to another city, you can say, I did not expect that. Phrase 36. Let me check. This is useful when someone asks you for information, but you need a moment to confirm. It can be checking your schedule, checking your notes, or checking your phone. For example, let me check. I think I am free tomorrow. Phrase 37. I am not sure yet. You can use this when you need more time before making a decision. It sounds polite and honest. For example, if someone asks you about your weekend plans, you can say, I am not sure yet. Phrase 38. I will keep you posted. This phrase means you will update the person with new information when you have it. People use it in work settings, team projects, or planning events. For example, Do not worry, I will keep you posted. Phrase 39. It depends. This simple but powerful phrase is used when the answer is not fixed. For example, if someone asks, "Are you coming tonight?" you can say, "It depends. I still have some work to finish." Phrase 40. How does that sound? Use this when you offer a plan or idea and want feedback. For example, "We can meet at 3. How does that sound?" Phrase 41. I am looking forward to it. This phrase expresses excitement or positive expectations. When you have plans with someone or an event coming soon, you can say, "I am looking forward to it." Phrase 42. I totally agree. This means you strongly support someone's opinion. It is a very natural way to show agreement. For example, "I totally agree. Learning English every day really makes a difference." Phrase 43. I see what you mean. This phrase is used to show understanding, especially when someone shares their point of view. For example, "I see what you mean. It really is challenging." Phrase 44. That is a good point. This is a respectful and natural way to acknowledge someone's idea. It shows that you value their contribution. For example, "That is a good point. We should prepare earlier." Phrase 45. I will think about it. Use this phrase when you need more time to decide, but want to stay polite. For example, "I will think about it. Thanks for telling me." Phrase 46. I am on my way. You use this when you are already going somewhere. It is short, simple, and used all the time in real life. For example, "I am on my way. I will be there soon." Phrase 47. I am almost there. Say this when you are close to arriving. It helps people know your location without giving exact details. For example, "I am almost there. Just 5 more minutes." Phrase 48. That sounds great. This phrase shows that you approve or like an idea. It is a friendly and positive response. For example, "Dinner at 7. That sounds great." Phrase 49. I really need your help. This is a sincere way to ask for support. It sounds natural and honest. For example, "I really need your help with this project." Phrase 50. I will handle it. This means you will take responsibility for something. It shows confidence and reliability. For example, "Do not worry, I will handle it." Now, before we continue to the next phrases, let me guide you on how to get the most value from these expressions. When learning new phrases, repetition is the key. Do not just read them. Speak them out loud. Imagine real situations where you can apply them. Say them slowly first, then more naturally. The more you repeat, the more comfortable you become. The goal is simple. When someone speaks to you in English, you want these phrases to come to your mind instantly, without hesitation. Another important tip is to notice how native speakers use these phrases in their everyday conversations. Listen carefully, observe how they change tone depending on the situation, and try to imitate that tone. Speaking naturally is not only about words, it is also about rhythm, speed, and confidence. In the next part, we will move into more realistic, practical phrases that you can use to navigate everyday conversations smoothly. These expressions will help you sound more fluent, more confident, and more natural, even if you are still learning. Stay with me, and let's continue building your English fluency, step by step with EchoMind English. As we continue, I want you to pay close attention to how these phrases connect naturally in real conversations. The goal is not only to memorize them, but to understand how they fit into daily communication. When you understand the flow, your speaking becomes smoother, more natural. and easier for others to follow. In this part, we will explore more essential phrases that English speakers commonly use in everyday interactions. I will guide you through each expression so you can master both meaning and usage with confidence. Phrase 51. I am not available at the moment. This phrase is very useful when someone tries to contact you, but you cannot respond or join them. It sounds polite and professional. For example, I am not available at the moment, but I will call you back later. Phrase 52. That is not what I meant. Use this phrase when someone misunderstands your intention. It helps you clarify your meaning without sounding rude. For example, that is not what I meant. Let me explain it again. Phrase 53. I will get back to you. This means you will respond later with more information. It is commonly used in work settings, customer service, and planning. For example, I do not have the answer right now, but I will get back to you soon. Phrase 54. I am working on it. You can use this when someone asks about your progress or tasks. It shows that you're in the process of completing something. For example, do not worry, I am working on it. Phrase 55. I am trying my best. This phrase shows effort and sincerity. It is helpful when you want others to know you are doing everything you can. For example, I know it is difficult, but I am trying my best. Phrase 56. I will take care of it. This is another strong phrase that shows responsibility. It is similar to I will handle it, but it sounds slightly more personal. For example, no worries, I will take care of it. Phrase 57. I am not feeling well. This phrase is used when you want to let someone know that you are sick or not in good condition. For example, I am not feeling well today. I need some rest. Phrase 58. That is understandable. Use this when you want to show understanding of someone's situation. It is a compassionate and supportive phrase. For example, you had a long day. That is understandable. Phrase 59. It has been a while. Use this phrase when you meet someone after a long time. It is friendly and natural. For example, hey, it has been a while. How have you been? Phrase 60. I will be right there. Say this when you are coming soon, often within a short time. For example, hold on, I will be right there. Phrase 61. I am taking my time. This phrase means you are not rushing and prefer to move slowly or carefully. For example, I am taking my time with this project. Phrase 62. That is what I was thinking. Use this when you and another person share the same idea. It shows agreement and connection. For example, yes, that is what I was thinking too. Phrase 63. I cannot make it. This means you are unable to attend an event or appointment. It is short, honest, and very natural. For example, I am sorry, I cannot make it tonight. Phrase 64. I appreciate your understanding. This phrase shows gratitude when someone is patient or flexible with you. For example, thank you. I appreciate your understanding. Phrase 65. I will give it a try. Use this when you are willing to do something, even if you are not sure you will succeed. It shows courage and openness. For example, I have never done it before, but I will give it a try. Phrase 66. I am here if you need anything. This phrase shows support and kindness. You can use it with friends, family, or co-workers. For example, I am here if you need anything. Phrase 67. That is all I can do for now. This phrase means you have reached the limit of what you can help with at the moment. For example, that is all I can do for now, but let me know if anything changes. Phrase 68. I totally understand how you feel. Use this when someone shares their emotions or frustration. It shows empathy and connection. For example, I totally understand how you feel. It happens to everyone. Phrase 69. I need a moment. Use this phrase when you need a short break to think, rest, or prepare. For example, hold on, I need a moment. Phrase 70. That is a great idea. This is a positive phrase to encourage someone's suggestion. It is simple but powerful. For example, that is a great idea. Let's try it. Phrase 71. I am not comfortable with that. This phrase is useful when you want to express a boundary politely. For example, I am not comfortable with that. Can we try something else? Phrase 72. I will let you know. Use this when you are unsure, but promise to update the person later. For example, I am not sure yet, but I will let you know. Phrase 73. It is worth a shot. This means something is worth trying, even if success is not guaranteed. It is a motivating expression. For example, it is worth a shot. Let's see what happens. Phrase 74. I have no idea. This phrase means you truly do not know something. It is casual and natural. For example, I have no idea where he went. Phrase 75. I will keep that in mind. Use this when someone gives you advice or information you want to remember. For example, thank you. I will keep that in mind. Before we move to the next set of phrases, remember that learning English is not about perfection. It is about communication. When you speak, your goal is to connect with people, share ideas, and express yourself clearly. These phrases help you do that without stress or hesitation. Practice them daily. Use them in real conversations, and soon you will notice that your fluency and confidence increase naturally. In the next part, we will continue with more essential phrases that will help you sound even more natural and comfortable in everyday English conversations. EchoMind English will guide you step by step until you can use these expressions with ease and confidence. As we continue building your collection of essential everyday phrases, I want you to focus on how these expressions create smoother, more natural conversations. The more familiar you become with them, the easier it will be to respond quickly and confidently in real situations. In this part, we will cover more phrases that native speakers use constantly, often without thinking. By learning them now, you will begin to understand not only the words, but also the flow and rhythm of natural English communication. Let's continue with the next group of must-know phrases. Phrase 76. That is fine with me. Use this phrase when you want to show that you agree or have no objection. It is polite and flexible. For example, if you want to start at 10, that is fine with me. Phrase 77. I am not in the mood. This phrase means you do not feel like doing something right now. It can be used for activities, conversations, or plans. For example, I am not in the mood to go out tonight. Phrase 78. Let's give it some time. Use this when you want to wait before making a decision or taking action. It shows patience and thoughtfulness. For example, let's give it some time and see what happens. Phrase 79. I did my best. This phrase expresses that you tried as hard as you could, even if the result was not perfect. For example, I did my best, and that is what matters. Phrase 80. I am getting better at it. Use this when you are improving a skill over time. It is a motivating phrase that shows progress. For example, I am getting better at it, especially after practicing every day. Phrase 81. I cannot wait. This means you are excited about something coming soon. For example, I cannot wait to see you again. Phrase 82. I have been busy lately. Use this phrase to explain why you have not been available or active. For example, I am sorry for the late reply. I have been busy lately. Phrase 83. I appreciate your help. This phrase is simple, but very important. Use it to show gratitude when someone assists you. For example, thank you. I appreciate your help. Phrase 84. I think that is enough for now. This phrase helps you end an activity or conversation politely. For example, let's stop here. I think that is enough for now. Phrase 85. Let me know if anything changes. Use this phrase when you want to stay updated. It is helpful in making plans or scheduling. For example, let me know if anything changes so we can adjust. Phrase 86. I am not used to it yet. This means something still feels new or unusual to you. For example, I am not used to the weather here yet. Phrase 87. I will try to be there. Use this when you do not want to promise fully, but you will make an effort. For example, I cannot guarantee it, but I will try to be there. Phrase 88. That works for me. This means you agree with a plan or arrangement. It is casual and natural. For example, meeting at 2. That works for me. Phrase 89. I hope everything goes well. Use this phrase to send good wishes to someone. For example, good luck with your meeting. I hope everything goes well. Phrase 90. That is too much for me. This phrase is used when something feels overwhelming, difficult, or more than you can handle. For example, that is too much for me. Can we slow down a little? Phrase 91. I am a bit confused. Use this when you do not fully understand something. It helps others know you need more explanation. For example, I am a bit confused. Can you explain that again? Phrase 92. I will do my best to help. This phrase shows willingness and effort. For example, do not worry, I will do my best to help. Phrase 93. I was just about to call you. Use this when you are planning to contact someone and they call first. It makes the conversation feel natural and connected. For example, I was just about to call you. Perfect timing. Phrase 94. I have been thinking about that. This phrase is useful when you want to show that you have considered something carefully. For example, I have been thinking about that, and I think we should try a different method. Phrase 95. I am trying to figure it out. Use this when you are working on understanding or solving something. For example, I am trying to figure it out, but it might take a little time. Phrase 96. Let's talk about it later. This phrase helps you delay a conversation politely. For example, I am busy now. Let's talk about it later. Phrase 97. I will be there as soon as I can. Use this when you cannot arrive immediately, but want to show you are making an effort. For example, I will be there as soon as I can. Phrase 98. I really hope so. Use this when you want something to happen and feel positive about it. For example, do you think we will finish today? I really hope so. Phrase 99. I have had enough. This means you cannot continue something, usually because it is stressful or tiring. For example, I have had enough for today. Let's stop here. Phrase 100. I trust your judgment. This phrase shows respect and confidence in someone's decision-making. For example, I trust your judgment. Do what you think is best. Before we continue, let me remind you that mastering phrases like these is one of the fastest ways to sound natural in English. You do not need complicated vocabulary to communicate well. You need clarity, confidence, and the right expressions at the right moment. Practice these lines as often as possible. Read them out loud. Use them in conversations with friends, coworkers, or language partners. If you do not have anyone to practice with, speak them to yourself. The goal is to make these phrases feel like they belong to you. When learning English, consistency is everything. You do not need perfect grammar today. You only need to keep moving forward. In the next part, we will continue with more essential phrases that will help you express yourself clearly, confidently, and naturally in everyday conversations. EchoMind English will guide you step by step on your journey to fluent, natural speaking. As we move forward, you will notice that many of these phrases help you manage conversations smoothly, especially in everyday situations where you need to respond quickly. In this part, we will focus on expressions that help you react naturally, express emotions, and handle common social situations with confidence. These phrases are used constantly by native speakers, and once they become familiar, your English will feel more automatic and relaxed. Phrase 101. I am glad to hear that. Use this phrase when someone shares good news. It shows positive emotion and interest. For example, I got a new job. You can respond, I am glad to hear that. Phrase 102. That must be hard. This phrase shows empathy when someone shares a difficult experience. For example, I have been working late every night. You can say, that must be hard. Phrase 103. I am sorry to hear that. Use this when someone shares bad news or a problem. It shows respect and kindness. For example, my flight was canceled. You can respond, I am sorry to hear that. Phrase 104. That is good to know. This phrase is useful when you receive helpful information. For example, the store closes at 8. You can say, that is good to know. Phrase 105. I did not mean to. Use this phrase when you want to apologize for something unintentional. For example, I did not mean to interrupt you. Phrase 106. It happens. This phrase is used to comfort someone when a mistake occurs. For example, I made a mistake. You can say, it happens. Phrase 107. No worries. This phrase reassures someone that everything is okay. It is very common in casual conversations. For example, sorry I am late. You can reply, no worries. Phrase 108. Take your time. Use this phrase when you want someone to feel relaxed and not rushed. For example, do not hurry. Take your time. Phrase 109. I understand. This phrase shows that you hear and accept what someone is saying. For example, I cannot come today. You can reply, I understand. Phrase 110. That is fair. Use this when you agree that something is reasonable or acceptable. For example, I need more time. You can say, that is fair. Phrase 111. I am relieved. This phrase expresses a feeling of relief after stress or worry. For example, the test is over. I am relieved. Phrase 112. I feel the same way. Use this phrase to show shared emotions or opinions. For example, I am nervous about the presentation. You can say, I feel the same way. Phrase 113. That makes me happy. Use this phrase when something brings you joy. For example, I will visit you soon. You can reply, that makes me happy. Phrase 114. I am a little worried. This phrase expresses concern in a gentle way. For example, I am a little worried about the deadline. Phrase 115. That sounds stressful. Use this phrase to show empathy when someone describes a difficult situation. For example, I have 3 meetings today. You can say, that sounds stressful. Phrase 116. I am proud of you. This phrase shows encouragement and support. For example, you passed the exam. You can respond, I am proud of you. Phrase 117. I did not see that coming. Use this phrase to express surprise. For example, they canceled the event. You can say, I did not see that coming. Phrase 118. That explains a lot. This phrase is used when new information helps you understand something better. For example, oh, that explains a lot. Phrase 119. I need some space. Use this phrase when you want time alone. It is honest and respectful. For example, I need some space to think. Phrase 120. I am feeling better now. Use this phrase when your condition or mood has improved. For example, thanks for checking on me. I am feeling better now. Now that you have reached 120 phrases, you are very close to completing this powerful collection of must-know expressions. Take a moment to recognize how far you have come. Each phrase adds more flexibility and confidence to your speaking. The key now is practice. Say these phrases out loud. Use them in your daily life. Do not worry about being perfect. Focus on being understood and comfortable. When you hear native speakers talk, you will begin to notice these phrases everywhere. That is when you know your listening skills are improving too. Your brain will start recognizing patterns, and speaking will feel less like work and more like a natural process. In the next part, we will complete the final set of phrases and bring everything together. You will learn the last essential expressions, followed by guidance on how to review, practice, and use all 125 phrases effectively in your daily English conversations. Stay with me and continue your journey with EchoMind English. As we move into the next section, we will complete the final group of essential phrases and then begin bringing everything together in a clear and practical way. At this point, you already have a strong foundation. These last phrases will help you handle endings, transitions, and everyday situations that often appear at the close of conversations. They may seem simple, but they are extremely powerful. Native speakers use them constantly without thinking, and once you master them, your English will feel much more complete and natural. Phrase 121. I think that's about it. Use this phrase when you want to signal that something is finished or nearly finished. It is very common at the end of meetings, explanations, or tasks. For example, I think that's about it for today. Phrase 122. Let's wrap this up. This phrase is used when you want to finish something politely but clearly. For example, let's wrap this up and talk again tomorrow. Phrase 123. Thanks for your time. This is a respectful and professional way to end a conversation. It works in both formal and informal situations. For example, thanks for your time. I really appreciate it. Phrase 124. It was great talking to you. Use this phrase to end conversations warmly and naturally. For example, it was great talking to you. Let's stay in touch. Phrase 125. Talk to you soon. This phrase is very common at the end of phone calls or messages. It sounds friendly and relaxed. For example, talk to you soon. Take care. Now you have learned all 125 must-know English phrases for real conversations. Take a moment to recognize how valuable this collection is. These phrases cover greetings, reactions, opinions, emotions, clarification, planning, support, and conversation endings. Together, they form a complete toolkit for everyday English communication. At this stage, the most important thing is how you practice. Learning phrases once is not enough. You need repetition and real usage. Start by choosing 5 to 10 phrases each day. Say them out loud. Use them in short sentences. Imagine real situations where you would say them naturally. This mental practice is very powerful. Another effective method is shadowing. Listen to these phrases spoken clearly, then repeat immediately after. Try to copy not only the words, but also the rhythm and tone. This will help you sound more natural and confident over time. You can also record yourself and listen back. Do not judge yourself too harshly. Focus on improvement, not perfection. It is also important to understand that mistakes are part of learning. Every fluent speaker made thousands of mistakes while learning. What matters is that you keep speaking. These phrases give you a safe and reliable way to communicate, even when your grammar is not perfect. Most of the time, being clear and natural is more important than being correct. You may notice that native speakers often repeat these phrases in many different situations. That is because they are flexible and useful. The more you listen, the more you will recognize them. When that happens, your listening comprehension improves automatically. Your brain begins to predict language patterns, and speaking becomes easier. At EchoMind English, the goal is to help you build real fluency, not just memorize vocabulary. Real fluency means you can respond quickly, express yourself clearly, and feel comfortable speaking English in daily life. These 125 phrases are a major step toward that goal. In the next part, we will review how to organize, review, and practice all these phrases effectively. You will learn simple routines that help you remember them long-term and use them confidently in real conversations. Stay with me and continue your journey toward natural, confident English with EchoMind English. Now that you have learned all 125 essential phrases, this part is about turning knowledge into real speaking ability. Knowing phrases is only the first step. Using them naturally and confidently in daily conversations is the real goal. In this section, I will guide you through simple, practical ways to review, practice, and activate these phrases so they become part of your everyday English. First, let's talk about daily practice. You do not need hours every day. Consistency is more important than time. 10 to 15 minutes a day is enough if you practice correctly. Choose a small group of phrases, maybe 5 or 6, and focus only on those. Read them out loud. Repeat them slowly, then at normal speed. Pay attention to how the words connect. This builds muscle memory in your mouth, which is essential for fluent speaking. Next, practice phrases in context. Do not practice phrases alone. Put them into simple sentences. For example, instead of just saying "I will get back to you," say "I will get back to you tomorrow after the meeting." This helps your brain understand how the phrase fits into real communication. The more realistic your practice, the faster your fluency improves. Another powerful technique is situation practice. Think about common situations in your life. Maybe you speak English at work, at school, or while traveling. Imagine these situations clearly, then choose phrases that match them. For example, if you often attend meetings, practice phrases like "let's wrap this up" or "I think that's about it." If you talk with friends, focus on phrases like "that sounds great" or "it was great talking to you." Listening is also an important part of speaking improvement. When you listen to native English content, such as videos, podcasts, or conversations, listen actively. Try to notice the phrases you have learned. When you hear one, pause and repeat it. This trains your brain to recognize real spoken English and prepares you to use the same phrases naturally. Another effective method is self-conversation. This may feel strange at first, but it works very well. Talk to yourself in English. Ask yourself simple questions and answer using the phrases from this video. For example, ask yourself, "How was your day?" and answer, "It's been busy, but I can't complain." This builds confidence and reduces fear when speaking with real people. You can also practice by writing short dialogues. Create simple conversations using the phrases you learned. Keep them short and natural. Then read them out loud. This combines reading, speaking, and thinking in English, which strengthens your overall fluency. Now let's talk about confidence. Many learners know enough English, but are afraid to speak. They worry about mistakes, pronunciation, or grammar. Remember this. Communication is more important than perfection. Native speakers care more about understanding you than about small mistakes. These phrases give you safe, natural language that works in most situations. Trust them. Another important idea is patience. Fluency does not happen overnight. It grows slowly, like a habit. Some days you will feel confident. Other days you may feel stuck. That is normal. What matters is that you keep practicing. Every time you use a phrase correctly, even once, you make progress. Repetition is your best friend. Review old phrases regularly. Do not try to learn everything again. Just refresh your memory. Even listening to this list while doing something else can help. Your brain absorbs more than you think. It is also helpful to practice with other people when possible. Language exchange partners, classmates, or online communities can give you real conversation experience. Do not wait until you feel ready. Start now. Use simple phrases. Short sentences are okay. Confidence grows through action. If you ever feel overwhelmed, go back to the basics. Choose the phrases you use most often and master them first. Once those feel natural, add more. This step-by-step approach is how fluent speakers are built. Remember why you started learning English, maybe for work, travel, study, or personal growth. These phrases are tools to help you reach that goal. Every time you use one, you are closer to fluent, natural English. In the next part, we will focus on mindset, motivation, and long-term habits that help you stay consistent and confident on your English learning journey. EchoMind English is here to support you every step of the way. At this stage, you already have the language tools you need to communicate clearly in everyday English. Now, the most important factor is mindset. How you think about learning English directly affects how fast and how well you improve. In this part, we will focus on building the right mindset, staying motivated, and creating habits that support long-term progress. First, let's talk about confidence. Confidence does not come from knowing everything. It comes from using what you already know. Many learners wait until they feel ready, but that moment rarely comes. The truth is, you become ready by speaking. Every time you use a phrase, even if it is not perfect, you are training your brain to communicate. That is how fluency grows. It is important to accept mistakes as part of learning. Mistakes are not failures, they are feedback. When you make a mistake and continue speaking, you show courage and growth. Native speakers make mistakes too. What matters is that your message is clear. These phrases help you communicate even when your grammar is not perfect. Another key mindset is patience. Learning a language is a long process. There will be days when you feel confident and days when you feel stuck. That is normal. Progress is not always visible day to day, but it is happening in the background. Trust the process. Small daily practice leads to big results over time. Now let's talk about building habits. Habits remove the need for motivation. When something becomes part of your routine, you do it automatically. Choose a simple daily habit. For example, listen to English for 10 minutes every morning, or practice 5 phrases every night. Keep it small and realistic. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. It also helps to connect English to your daily life. Use English in real situations whenever possible. Read short messages, write simple notes, or think in English during everyday tasks. The more English becomes part of your normal life, the faster it feels natural. Another important habit is review. Review is how learning becomes permanent. Do not always move forward. Go back to phrases you learned before. Say them again. Use them in new situations. Each review makes the phrase stronger in your memory. Motivation also comes from progress. Track your improvement. Notice when you understand more than before, or when speaking feels easier. Celebrate small wins. Maybe you understood a full sentence or used a phrase naturally in conversation. These moments matter. They show you are moving forward. Surrounding yourself with English also helps. Watch videos, listen to podcasts, or follow creators who speak clearly and naturally. Choose content that is slightly challenging, but still understandable. This keeps your brain engaged without causing frustration. It is also important to be kind to yourself. Do not compare your English to others. Everyone learns at a different pace. Focus on your own journey. If you practice regularly and stay patient, improvement is guaranteed. Now let's talk about fear. Many learners are afraid of speaking because they worry about being judged. In reality, most people are supportive or do not care about small mistakes. Confidence grows when you face fear little by little. Start with simple conversations. Use the phrases you know. Each positive experience reduces fear. Remember that fluency is not about sounding like a native speaker. It is about being clear, comfortable, and confident. You do not need perfect pronunciation or advanced vocabulary. These 125 phrases give you everything you need to communicate effectively in everyday situations. When you feel tired or discouraged, remind yourself why you started. Visualize your goal. Maybe it is traveling confidently, speaking at work, or connecting with people from around the world. Every phrase you learn brings you closer to that goal. EchoMind English was created to support learners like you. You are not alone on this journey. Every lesson, every phrase, and every practice session builds your confidence step by step. In the final part, we will bring everything together with a strong, motivating conclusion. You will hear encouragement, a clear path forward, and a reminder of what you are capable of achieving with consistent practice. Stay with me, and let's finish this journey together. You have reached the end of this lesson, and you should be proud of yourself. Learning 125 must-know English phrases is not a small achievement. These phrases are the building blocks of real conversations. They are the language people use every day at work, at home, and with friends. By learning them, you are preparing yourself to speak English more naturally and with more confidence. Remember, fluency is not about speaking fast or using difficult words. Fluency is about feeling comfortable when you speak. It is about understanding others and being understood. The phrases you learned in this video help you do exactly that. They give you reliable, natural language you can use in almost any situation. As you move forward, keep your practice simple. Review these phrases regularly. Say them out loud. Use them in real sentences. Try them in real conversations whenever you can. The more you use them, the more natural they will feel. Over time, you will stop thinking about them. They will become part of how you speak. Do not wait until you feel perfect. Start using English now, exactly where you are. Every conversation is practice. Every sentence is progress. Even small efforts make a big difference when you are consistent. If you ever feel stuck, come back to this video. Listen again. Repeat the phrases. Focus on the ones you use most often. English improves through repetition and real usage, not through memorizing rules. At EchoMind English, our mission is to help you build real, practical English for daily life. We believe anyone can learn to speak English naturally with the right guidance and consistent practice. You do not need talent. You need time, patience, and the courage to keep going. If this lesson helped you, support the channel by liking the video. Subscribe to EchoMind English for more clear, simple, and effective English lessons. Turn on notifications so you do not miss future videos designed to help you speak English confidently and naturally. Thank you for learning with EchoMind English. Keep practicing, keep speaking, and keep believing in yourself. Your English journey does not end here. It is just beginning.